it says,
It says
up to
it says minimum of 5 and a maximum of 9.
9.
That's what it was in the letter, or in the paper, or
No,
the letter, I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
They said just 5,
It said 5
and you wouldn't get paid if you attended the meeting.
after January.
Yeah, like today, you don't get paid for today. And Colonel Clark started this in 1990, I guess, or somewhere. Maybe that's when I came down as commissioner. He put me on this board in 92 or 93. So we didn't meet. We didn't have no. We didn't have a county park at that time, so we never did meet. Like we got after '98.
the Round Mountain Park.
And then we got the Rome Mountain Community Park up there. Then we started meeting after that. But we never met. I didn't get any money. We didn't get paid for it, nothing, because we didn't meet. And what's his Edgar? What's Gary? He was one of the first ones to put on it. It was him and Dino and Bob Curley. And I can't remember who else was on it at that time. But I'm the only one that's left now that was appointed back in the
On
90s.
the original board.
Yeah. And
Well, how long has the board been being paid? Is this
I'd say after '98
When did we go on?
when we got
for the last 10 or 12 years?
about 10 or 12, because see when let's see, we didn't get any money from FEMA until about '99, I guess. And Chris started working on a park up there and got the prisoners, and they did all the work around and built the picnic area and the sheds and all that stuff. And I'd go get all the material off them. I done all the running for them in Rome Mountain, and Chris did, he'd come up and check on us. And the funniest thing, those prisoners worked there, they still work down there with the courage. And there's just a few people that really don't call them something new or something like that. They still don't, two of them, too many, don't bring anything to the earth.
That's all right.
And every morning I'd go down and check with them, and I'd go to Dairyland, buy them a ham biscuit or whatever most of them wanted, And they did a lot of work. I mean, they got all that up there, and they still do a lot of work. But I guess it was about 2000 before anybody started getting paid. As far as I could remember. But like I said, I was like for all those years, we didn't even meet. Because we didn't have nothing to meet for. I don't even want to even put up a partner board at that time. I think maybe one or two times we did meet over Dino's when he was running the restaurant. But we didn't have nothing to discuss. We just sit there and talk. But I think, I'm not for sure now, it was after '98, around 2000, 2001 or something, we started to get paid. And I don't know where the other counties, I haven't checked in the other counties where they have a board like this, where they get paid or not. I hadn't called any of them or talked to any of them.
I'm not either, but
We need to
the
check.
city, don't the city have has a
Oh,
park?
yeah.
Yeah, they got
Maine,
the electric part.
they got a whole crew that takes care of them. I reckon they take care of the ball fields and all that, and this little park up here.
But they've got a board of directors too.
Yeah, what's his name, Maine?
Maine, not Maine.
Mike Maine. And it's good if we got that at Rome Mountain, and we're trying to get other places, and I don't know what's going to happen with the committee now. I don't know. Some of us think about quitting. We can't run over hell in half of Georgia and not get nothing for it.
But that's, think about it, why you get $50. That don't pay for gas.
No, it don't.
No. Well, you get $46 a month, and the time you run around and check something, and I know you people run more than I did, but still.
What have I missed?
And John here, I don't have no word.
I
John.
don't
The-
know
the
if they
thing-
bids or not.
The thing with our,
Has the meeting
Board.
been called to order?
we don't oversee a workforce, we are the workforce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're saying, I'm here, oh, I don't think I'm exaggerating, 8 times a month, you know, finance-wise.
Probably more than that.
He's driving in, you know, from, and,
Wrong mountain.
and.
JR driver from Little
Right.
Milligan. And Bob, and he was on the plant, on the buildings and grounds, and he went two,
We
three
did
times a
some
month
last
to
month,
check on
the
stuff.
last one.
To give you an idea, a couple of years ago, we were looking for a place in the Hampton area. And we designated 42 places. And you can just imagine how many trips, going to look at 42 different places, talking with the volunteer fire department and things like that back and forth. And you can't double up because everybody's from a different area. So everybody who was on that board, that subcommittee, came in, had to come in their own car.
Well, we're still a board though, right now.
Yes.
Yeah, let me, look at some things and talk to the county attorney. Benz, I'm just a representative, I'm not a voting member of this board. I'm just here to try to help you in any way I can. If I can go back to the county commissioner, to the county attorney, and maybe see if we can get this worked out, then I'm willing to do that, to, you know,
Well,
see if we can,
I would
this
say
don't
right
seem
now,
right
I'll
to me.
come off of it, but I'm not going to go ahead and run around like I have been. I'm on social security. How much, I mean, it takes money to get out here when the gas keeps going up.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Charles and I have been out 3 or 4 times just this month on a couple of properties. I mean, it's not the money, it's for making money.
He was just looking things here, and he may want to elaborate on this.
Well,
He's found something in the law. It may be that the name of our board may be what's keeping them from being compensated. It may be that we just need to change the name, or we may have something along that line. You can explain what you found.
I would suggest to all the members who have computers, you may want to go to its Tennessee government website, and you look at, there's Tennessee Code Annotated, and which is the Tennessee law, and then you can actually do a search. And so I think that's probably what the attorney may have done some on. So what I did was I just did a search for the appropriate sections of Tennessee Code, and then I cut and pasted them on a piece of paper here for myself, just to give myself some reference. And I think, I don't really recall the county attorney's letter, but he referenced chapter 21 and chapter 24 and some things like that. Well, I think the main thing for your all's board is chapter 21 from what I read, and I would encourage each of you to read those, because there are some things in there that are expectations of a Parks and Rec board, and there's some things it says y'all can do and some things that it says maybe you can't. And I think, and for example, it does say that board members shall serve without compensation, but must be paid their actual and necessary expenses incurred in the performance, but may be paid their actual necessary expenses incurred in the performance of their official duties. But then it would just say you'd have to, you know, file travel vouchers and stuff like that. But it also has provisions in on how the board's established and stuff. And as I recall, this board was, and I think John, y'all had the papers at one time, that our county commissioners established this board at one time. And it was like an agenda item some years ago, and they established the board officially. And they called it the Parks and Rec Board, and I think that's the title of your board. But I think what you really are is a county conservation board, and which is essentially Parks and
I
Rec
think
Board.
that's what.
I think that's where
he led.
that's where he
I
got
think
his
that's what that
information.
letter right here says, that if the county was established a county conservation board, which goes to park and rent property, if you limit to 5 members.
That's not, well, that's not what,
Without
that's not
pay.
what that says. I know that's what his letter
I know
said.
that's what it
And it may be that his staff needs to do some additional research for him. Because, you know, I think I went to the same place that he did and I found something a little different.
It says a minimum of
A
5.
minimum of 5 and a maximum of 9.
Then, of course, what his letter said, don't say no maximum.
Correct. And
It
But
just says 5 members.
It says limit to 5 members.
Seven,
Yeah,
it was
I-
seven.
you know,
I mean, according to,
correct.
to Mr. Byers' letter.
Correct, and so Mr. Bowers has sent y'all a letter, he's our county attorney. I'm not a member of your board, I'm just a visitor. If I was a member of the board, I'd go read Tennessee Code annotated myself. That's what I'm telling you, that's what I'm suggesting you may want to do, is go read it, because usually when I get a letter from someone, if I'm not sure that it sounds right to me, I go off and do my own research. Y'all may want to do that, and,
Right now, we got 7 members.
but once again, I'm not a member of your board, but I think Mr. Peters here has offered you guys a really good suggestion, is that you go back and talk to a lawyer and ask the question of, hey, excuse me, how do we do this? Not, I mean, you got a letter that says, don't do this stuff. Well, the real question ought to be is, and I think the county lawyer's on your side, you know? It's how do we do this? How, you know, we have something that works pretty good here, and how do we make sure that it's okay to do it and continue to serve the people in the county?
I started to do this before I come to the meeting in the last few days. Then I thought, well, I want to know what the board wants done. And then if they want me to do, talk to the county attorney or the mayor or whoever, and see if we can come up with some guidelines that will remedy this situation, then I'm willing to go back and do that. But, you know, I'm like I say, I'm not a voting member. I'm just here as a representative of the county commission. I'm not actually a member of the Park and Rec Board. I don't vote. I'm just here to help you to see if you need something from the county commissioner or the county attorney, then I'll go back and I'm willing to go back and talk to them and see what we can come up with. If that's George's suggestion.
I think that'd be a good idea. That way we might find out something. I don't know.
And maybe we can even have Mr. Byers to attend the next meeting. We need to get that straightened out. This needs to be
It's
straightened
very
out before we
discouraging,
can.
it feels like, you know, we're not very supported, and they feel like they don't
Feels
support us,
like to me that they don't
want us.
give a flip about
That's right.
parks.
I mean, it feels like we're not wanted.
Well,
It's gonna be hard.
really, every county commissioner, in my opinion, needs to go up here to Roan Mountain first. I mean, that's, to me, the Roan Mountain Park is the showcase of the parks in the county. I didn't know, I had never been up there till he invited me up there one night, and I went up there and met with him and went over the whole thing, and I was impressed. I mean, I didn't know what was going on up Roan Mountain. I know there was a park up there, but I didn't know what I was involved till he took me up there and showed me, and I was impressed with what they've got up there. I mean, there's probably very few counties got what's up at Roan Mountain, and I told my wife, I said, I'm amazed that people would get involved and put that much work into something that these people put into that park up there. Keeping the rice mowed, keeping the facility clean, it was clean. The people up there can use it for reunions, picnics, and everything. You know, I'm off Stone Creek. We don't have nothing like that on Stone Creek.
Well, we don't have anything down in this lower end of the county.
Yeah,
Down the west part of it.
from here to Gilbert Peters Bridge to, the next park is Backbone Rock, Plumbing, Johnson County, or whatever county that's in, Johnson County is. No, it ain't in, that's in Virginia. Yeah, so, you know, that up there's nice, and I'd like to see that in a couple more sections, 2 or 3 more sections of the county.
We would
So
do-
people could have a nice place to go to have picnics and reunions or whatever. But I was